Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs and welcome to Monday Night Mayhem here on the Gaming Blake Network, bringing you some more WIW action. Welcome to tonight's show, and we kick off with Darmus tonight, who will be issuing another Greek-style open challenge following his big victory against Harry last week. He claims that the first fight against him did not count and that he let him win, and therefore he came out the next week to give him a second chance to fight him again and prove that he really was just joking and that he wasn't actually trying to win. And wouldn't you know it, he came out and he picked up the victory, exactly as he said he would. And Darmus trying to get some momentum back after a disappointing pay-per-view. We still don't know if he has any plans for the new pay-per-view, for the next pay-per-view this weekend, which will be called High Voltage. If I didn't mention that last episode, which I don't think I did. No plans yet for Darmus at High Voltage. But I tell you what, Harry must not be happy. Let's hear what Darmus has to say now as he issues an open challenge.
I am Darmus. Last week, Darmus proved that Harry could not beat me unless I let him win. And therefore, Darmus is still undefeated. So it is time for the Greek Style Open Challenge. I'm going to get straight to the point. I want my rematch with you. Whether that be at High Voltage pay-per-view or right here tonight. Either way, I'm going to prove to everyone that my win against you was no fluke. So sorry, but Darmus has already opponent tonight. And I already beat you once. Darmus does not have to do it again. So your challenge has been declined. Darmus must now ask you to leave the ring. Darmus will now introduce his opponent for tonight. Please welcome, Greg!
Well, the challenge has been issued. Apparently, he's already picked an opponent, though, for tonight's open challenge. And, it's a debuting superstar. Okay. His name is Greg? I don't know if he's hiding behind the really skinny man in front of the camera, but yeah, if that's Greg, then wow, Darmus has really stooped low here. He's avoided fighting Harry to come and do this, to fight this man who is making his debut tonight in the opening fight of the show. And he doesn't strike me as much as a wrestler, but then again, WIW is full of surprises. So, this man's coming down to the ring to take on Darmus, who looks quite relaxed about this one. Can't seem to blame him. Bell rings and away we go. And let's see what Darmus can do here against Greg. An Irish whips into the corner and now into the ropes, and look at that, a massive clothesline. And Greg already feeling the pain there just from that clothesline, and quite a noticeable size mismatch here. And I don't know what Darmus stands to prove here. Just beating down on this tiny little man. And now look at this. Showing off the fact that there is no weight on that man's body. Giant swing. Darmus is all fired up tonight. Putting on a show for the crowd. Just tossing this young baby man around like a ragdoll. And taking the time to taunt. Harry must not be enjoying the sight of this. He has gone backstage, but Darmus now, wait, he's contemplating leaving the ring. He doesn't want to take too long to think about what he's doing. Look at this, Greg on the offensive. Look at Greg, elbow. Greg with the elbow, and all of a sudden Greg is fighting back. Look at this. The crowd don't seem too bothered. They're all on their phones right now, but Greg Greg's fighting back. Damas, DDT. The size difference, the weight difference, all meaning nothing. Greg is fighting on. Neckbreaker. This is unbelievable. Look at this man. He's fighting Damas with all he has. I tell you what, there hasn't been much impact, so I don't know if he's doing much. But Greg, look at this. All of a sudden, the crowd have noticed that Damas hasn't been in control. They thought Damas was winning this. And now all of a sudden, Greg is bringing a fight to Damas. This is not quite how I think Damas drew this one up. I think he only used Greg as an excuse to get rid of Harry, who called him out for a match at high voltage. And look at this, Greg into a cover, and he's only going to get a 1. This is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. This is not what I expected to see. Oh my God, look at the strength! Greg! What beautiful strength! And now into a submission hold. Greg is actually fighting hard, and he's fighting strong in this one. Matt all of a sudden struggling. He got caught slipping and taunting once again, and that's been his biggest downfall. The combination doesn't work in his favour. Once again, look at this pump handle. Gutbuster. And Greg, I don't know what he's doing, but what he's doing is working, and Greg completely in control, and the crowd are loving this. Look at this, all on their phones, filming this. Oh, he completely missed there with the double axe handle. Well, a couple of the crowd not behind this, but the majority of the crowd seem to be behind this. And look at this again. Greg is fighting on. This... Oh, God. This is an amazing character. He really is. And right now, Greg fighting like an ultimate underdog. Clearly, Damas did choose someone he thought was worthy of his time. Because right now, Greg is bringing it to Damas. Damas doesn't know what to do. He's completely shocked. Ducks the uppercut. Look at this from Greg. Big clothesline. What on earth is happening to Damas? He's completely collapsing. Neck snap. What does Greg plan to do now? Not again. Look at him lifting up and spiking him down. This is absolutely unbelievable. Look at this. Lion Salt. Beautiful move by Greg. Even showing some acrobatic ability. Which, to be fair, for someone of his size, you'd probably imagine that would be a good thing. Greg fighting on here. Been in complete control of this matchup. But look at this. The chop. The chop. And into the cover. It actually could be enough to... It's a 2 count. Aaron Damas is struggling like hell against this new man in the scene. Oh, wait a minute. There's Damas. Up on a shoulders, and look at this. Running him into the turnbuckle before a massive power slam down to the ground. And that... Look at that, he's just pure bone. You really should be snapping him in half. And that's only really the first good move he's had on him for the majority of this fight since the beginning of it. Damas is struggling here. And now look at this, into a submission hold. Just trying to make him pay for all the damage he's received. Damas in a submission hold. Greg might kick here. Wait, no, Greg doesn't. Greg fights on. Greg fights on. This is absolutely unbelievable. I didn't know what I was expecting when I saw Greg come out of this ring, but what I've seen is absolutely amazing. Oh, but look at this, Damas now starting to bring out the big boy moves. Look at that. What a massive move. I have never seen Damas do that, and he just had to bring that out here to stop Greg's momentum. And now looking to wrap it up here. Here's an elbow drop to Greg. And Greg is badly hurt. And you can't say you're surprised. A series of big moves there from Damas. Damas fights on. after being beaten down for the majority of this matchup. Big DDT. And you gotta think Greg's out of it right now. The big strikes proving impactful. Oh, look at this! Greg's fighting on! The crowd cheering him on, looking for another neck breaker. Connects. Look at this! The crowd are loving it. I can see him in the background cheering him on. Greg. I don't know where this man has come from or who has trained him, but he's fighting on. Big shoulder attack with a kip up. Oh, and that's a nasty atomic drop and into a Samoan driver. In trouble. Greg is going to the top rope. Look at the fight. Elbow drop. Elbow drop. And flying into the crowd, who can't believe what they're seeing. This tiny excuse for a man with another lion salt straight into the cover as Greg beat Damas. No! No! Greg almost with the biggest upset. And now look at this DDT. This has been an amazing show from Greg. This man coming here, he's debuted and he has shocked the world. No one expected this, and that just shows you here on WIW. You cannot judge a book by its cover, because look at the fight that this tiny man is producing. This is unbelievable. I did not expect this to start tonight's go-home show for High Voltage. Maybe we'll be seeing Greg at High Voltage, because he's really impressed here tonight. The general manager must love what he's seeing here, because this has actually been a really impressive display, and you'd think that people would notice it a lot less because of the size of him. They probably didn't think for a second that he'd be as good in the ring as he is, but look at this. He is a really good technical wrestler. And the crowd can't believe their eyes. I can't believe my eyes. Greg is clearly hurt from the moves that he has received. Oh, he didn't like that. As Damas strong down to his feet. Gives himself some separation there with a spinning back fist. Misses his shot. And now Damas into an inverted STO. Damas's face. Look, can you see the anger in his face? He did not think he'd have to work as hard as he has tonight. Especially from that opening fight. From that opening first minute or two, where he completely dominated Greg. And that's where most of the damage was done. But since then, it's been all Greg. And Damas now stomping away on the limbs. The crowd, they don't know what to think anymore. They seemed a little disappointed as Damas took control of this match. Here's a Falcon Arrow from Damas. And Damas, he won't care about or everything in between. He'll care about what the final result is. And he'll care about the fact that he is the winner, which he's on track to do now. To the middle of the ring with a vicious combination. That's got to be it for Greg. 1, 2. No! Greg kicked! Greg kicked! How is he still fighting on? Damas can't believe it. Well, the crowd are loving this match. I'm loving this match. I did not expect anything like this. As soon as I saw Greg, I thought this match was over and it was about to end in a matter of minutes. But Greg has fought back valiantly. And Damas is seriously hurt. Well, seriously in control now. But he was seriously hurt from what Greg had done. Greg had been absolutely brilliant in this match. He's been flying all over the place. Can he pull the upset off? Can he pick up this victory? Oh, look at this. Damas bringing out that powerbomb once again. Almost snapping him in half. Into the cover. And 2 he kicks. And into a Boston Crab. Look at this. Applying so much pressure. Clearly, a lot more willpower from Greg than I expected to see. Damas last week used the powerbomb to put Matt away. And this week, he has not put Greg away. Greg, with the heart of a lion. He might be worn out though. It might not be enough for him to fight back. Damas wins. and the upset story nearly happened. But Damas does pull off the victory that he intended to do at the beginning of this match. He was in control for portions of it, and he definitely got the biggest strikes in. But all of a sudden, Greg fought back like a warrior. And he was completely the underdog in this match. No one even know who he was, where he comes from. And yet, he put up an amazing fight here in just the opening contest. And all the pressure applied, Damas wins the match. Oh, wait a minute! And it looks like Harry has something to say about all this. Harry from behind. Oh, look at that, taking him down from behind. The referee's going to get out of trouble. Get out the way, and I don't blame him. Harry now attacking Damas. Well, what is happening to Greg on the outside? Greg doing roly-polies on the outside. I see in the corner of my eyes. But now look at this. Harry making a mark here. A big connection. Harry making his claim here. Making his statement obvious. He wants Damas at the pay-per-view. He wants to prove he really is better than him. Standing moonsault. And Greg in some discomfort over there. I think really we need some medical attention over there. But we might be needing some now for Damas. Look at this. Look at this. Harry again. Looking for the 619. This time on Damas again. Big connection. And a frog splash to follow. Well, I think that puts the nail in the coffin in finalising the match. Damas and Harry Austin will be facing at high voltage. This could be a great match. A great start to the show. Probably the funniest thing I've ever seen. But what a great start to tonight's go-home show. Let's move on down the rest of the card. We're backstage here, and look at this. Tyson Jackson confronting Jax Wolfe. I don't know what this is about. Oh, look at this. Jax Wolfe's going to fire a shot here. He's firing shots, and now they're trading fists. And it looks like things have escalated backstage. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what this is all about, but look at this. Jax Wolfe, oh, continuing their rivalry here as they battle backstage. Another suplex. And looking for a third. Oh, wait. Spins him around. Gets a different suplex. Oh, beautiful. And Jax Wolfe and Tyson Jackson, they have a history against each other. Look at this. Looking for a double underhook. Double knees. Oh, beautiful move there. And these two have had their history, but I thought they had resolved it when Jax Wolfe debuted. They seemed to be okay with each other. They seemed alright, they shook hands. Yes, they were fighting, of course, but this is WIW. I wouldn't expect any less. But all of a sudden, these two fighting once again, and it's a scrappy brawl here on the outside, in the backstage area. And this is chaotic, ladies and gentlemen. So much chaos happening here in tonight's show. First, Harry attacking Damas, following his match with Greg, and now this. And now look at this. Tyson Jackson looking for a power bomb. Oh, wait, no, Jax once again firing out. And I guess Tyson Jackson's just been frustrated as of late. He's been in terrible form, the worst form of his life. Whereas Jax Wolfe has been in probably one of the better forms of his life. It may not be the best, but it definitely is one of the better ones in his career. And Jax Wolfe beasting here backstage. He clearly took Jackson by surprise. He came to confront him. Maybe he was planning to strike first, but it didn't end up being the case. And now look at Jax once again fighting out of Jackson's hold there. And Jackson really hasn't got going here. Oh, look at this! Crashing him into the electric box. Splat on the floor goes Jackson. And look at this, looking for a spin-out powerbomb on the concrete. And that, he's going to do some damage. But look at this, Jackson's still fighting on. With all the heart and determination in the world. He's trying to make a statement here tonight. A series of kicks. Went for another one, couldn't quite connect. Oh, and look at this, crashing into the wall there. And the table, on the chair, sorry, on the landing. Looks like we have someone backstage coming to watch us. Hold on a minute. Looking for a lumbar check. Oh no, it's spin out powerbomb again. Different variation of it this time. And Jax Wolfe sending a huge statement to... Oh wait, was looking for the lumbar check. Couldn't quite connect. And these two still battling on.
in the backstage area. And oh god, it just went. The microphone just flew across the room. That was awesome. The Miz, our special guest of the evening. Oh, Codebreaker just tossed the microphone at them and ran away. Typical Miz fashion, really. And look at this. The Dragon now. Oh, beautiful move there. And I love how the security guard's just watching. Oh, never mind, he ran away. Okay. Good to know that we need some new security here in WIW. But these two battling ferociously, and no one seems to want to step in the way of the two of them. But to be fair, would you want to get in the way of this right now? Jackson, looking for a lumbar check of his own. These two both looking for lumbar checks. And now Jackson. Dragging him further backstage. These two brawling backstage. Like absolute crazy men. And I don't even know what this is all about. I guess only they know. But look at this once again. Powerbomb. And Jax Wolfe knocks out Tyson Jackson. While I don't know what this is about or what this is leading to. But could we be seeing a bit more of Jax Wolfe and Tyson Jackson in the future? Let's move on down the rest of the card. Well, match number 3, and we are here for the second of the two triple threats. It was absolutely chaotic just a minute ago between Jax Wolfe and Tyson Jackson. I'm sure we will find out more news on that later to the time. That could end up with something at high voltage. This is crazy stuff here. It's been on this go home show, but now it's the second triple threat between the 3 tag teams in the tag team division. El Murpho, last week, which is partner Xavier Woods, pick up the victory in his matchup against Patrick Green and Max Cotterrell. This week, he has to do the same. He needs to live up to the up, up, down, down name. But this is crazy, crazy stuff. And I'm still in shock of everything that we've just seen. And now El Murpho's got to step up to the plate and step up for the team. So far, the linebacks have been absolutely phenomenal. They've been unbeatable. And they have dominated the tag team division. No one yet has risen to the occasion. Last week, Woods made the first statement to say, you're not untouchable, you're not unbeatable, we will deal with you. And we will take the tag team title. But big task taking these monsters on. Kazari and Xander coming out tonight to represent the linebacks. No Coach Wilson, he's been banned from ringside, but the other half of the Mayhem Tag Team Champions, haven't seen them together yet with the titles. We'll see them together for the first time with the titles at the High Voltage pay-per-view. And Kazari and Xander, the other half of the team. Patrick Green couldn't do the job last week. He was quite badly beaten. He was definitely targeted in that match. But can Kazari and Xander step up for the linebacks in these 1v1v1 matches? Remember, at the pay-per-view, it will be a triple threat ladder match for the Tag Team Championships. Of course, I can't actually do that in the game, so just we'll see how that match goes down. Be interesting to see if the game actually cooperates with us this year. It should do, if I've worked things out correctly. Final man down to the ring. This brother match put on an amazing fight last week, so it's got to be even more of a pressing task for Brett. He didn't have to live up to his partner's name to win, but Max put on one of the fights of his life, and now he owes it to his brother to do the same thing here tonight. Brett Cotterrell, the most strong man so far this year. I can't take himself to beat that. So far, that man is doing most of the heavy lifting and all the hard work, whereas this man takes the case of striking, takes a lot of hit. That's definitely Max said. He's amazing. But tonight he has a great chance to show what he is to the world and to pick up the box's first win, even if it's a single match. They desperately won, and they need to get going with it. And this is a big triple threat with high implications, giving them momentum coming into what's going to be a massive tag team match. Oh, look at this! Straight away from the opening bell, Kazari and Xander straight away on El Murpho. And now look at this, going straight for Brett as well. And already Kazari and Xander
making himself a target. But look at this, Brett fights out and into a belly-to-belly. And that's what he wants to do straight off the back. Do the fast-paced offensive moves. He wants to get as much damage done as early as possible. Look at this, Murpho, apologies. Going to take the time to taunt over there. And now look at this, looking to fly off the middle rope, and it's a frog splash. And now look at this, concentrating on Murpho, who's running away there to the middle rope, and he's got nowhere else to run. Oh my god! He just punched him in the nuts. Referee wasn't even looking. The referee was looking at the turnbuckle, and that was a low blow. Ref, that is an illegal shot, what he just did there. He's got away with it, and fight carries on. Pump handle, slam, and rolling it out of harm's way. I don't blame him. Murpho just took quite a few serious blows there, and now look at this. Kazarian Xander there with a giant elbow. And the Lionbacks, as I mentioned, the first ever Mayhem Tag Team Champions. Undefeated as a tag team in singles action. They picked up their first defeat last week at the hands of Austin Creed. And they will not want a repeat of that here tonight. And now look at this, the elbows coming down on Brett Cotterrell. And look at this, Murpho, understandably, ready to target Brett Cotterrell. Look at this, sidewalk slam. Down goes Brett. And now look at this, Kazarian Xander instantly ready to capitalize on the window of opportunity he's been given here, and a leg drop. Very good start here from Kazarian. And now look at this, what's he thinking? Looking for another snap, suplex connects. This is going to be one hell of a ladder match for the tag team champions to deal with. So far they've had no problems with crushing everyone in their path. But at the pay-per-view, they've got a much harder task because they've got to take them all on at the same time. And it is a ladder match. They can't get away with just destroying everyone in their path. Yes, it would work, but they need to also climb up and grab those titles for themselves. They need to do that in order to walk out the champions, or at least one of them do. It's been a great start here from Kazarian, who had to roll out of harm's way for a bit there just to freshen himself up, but he was in control for the majority of this. Murpho has been the one who's really slowing down. And now look at this, the scoop up into a headbutt there. And all of a sudden, as soon as I say that Kazarian's been on top, Brett looking to finish him off there. Giant splash into the cover. Oh, that could almost been a really quick win there for Brett. Only gets a 2. And look at this, once again, Murpho playing to the crowd. Up, up, down, down. Definitely the fan favourites. And look at this. Oh, and look at that. Was trying to spin him into the turnbuckle. And look at that spine buster. Brett rolls out of harm's way there. Oh, and a massive headbutt by Murpho. Big counter by Xander, though. Trying to fight back. And once again does the Lufez press. Lost his control in this matchup and now doesn't want that to happen again. Kazarian Xander. What's he got planned here? Another DDT. And this man makes everyone bleed with that move, I swear. I can't think of one person who's been hit with that and hasn't bled. And look at this. Sensing the control is with Xander. Brett trying to cancel it out. Trying to put the pressure now on Xander, who was unsuspected of Brett's sudden return back into the ring. Up on the shoulders. And Brett the strong man. Look at that. Big Brett. Bouncing him off the ropes. And Kazarian Xander has to roll out of harm's way. Meanwhile, Murpho in a bloody pile on the floor, straight into the cover. Brett might steal it here. It's only going to be a 1. Taking too long there to get down for the cover. Of course, that's not his fault. He did have to deal with the other person in the ring. Oh, look at that big shot there by Murpho, who's trying to fight back here. He looks a little disorientated, and now trading fists with Cotterrells. That's not what you want to do, Brett or Max. That is one thing that you do not want to have to do. And now look at this. Tree of Woe and stomping away on him, choking him out in the corner. Oh, look at this. Xander trying to catch Brett from behind. Brett just doesn't get phased by it at all. Belly to belly, though, by Xander. This has been a tight contest. It's been going back and forth between Xander and Brett. And now look at this. Chokehold. The Cotterrells have really been bothering the Lionbacks. Haven't quite got the better of them, the Cotterrells. But they caused them so many problems. and especially Mad Max as of late, but now Brett starting to rep the team here tonight here. And now look at this. Oh, and a massive takedown from Brett. Out of harm's way, rolls Murpho, and into the cover on Kazarian. 1, 2. Oh, and he's got a 2. That's a good start. That's a good start. Considering the damage that has been done, I mean, he could have probably put him away. But it was a big... Oh, look at that. And the blood. Blood now on Kazarian. Clearly, Brett has been working on his game. He's come out here and he's looking like a new man, considering the opening month he's had. Straight into the cover. Oh, and just doesn't quite get it. Not Brett. Oh, wait a minute. Murpho trying to catch him off guard. Up on the shoulders. GTS. Where did that come from? Into the cover. Brett's down. Kazarian's down. To win it again. Oh, and up, down, down. Nearly stole both victories. I mean, Woods was last week wasn't exactly a steal. But this one definitely would be if things carry on like that. Straight into the cover again. Murpho just trying to get out of harm's way. He's already taken a beating. Count of 2. The crowd are loving this one. The crowd are really hyped tonight here in this arena. No surprise at all. And look at that, a neck breaker. He didn't see that one coming. And now Brett left alone in the ring with Kazarian, who once again lands the Lufes press. He is angry now. He's been cut open. He's been beat down by Big Brett. And now into a cover. Oh, and he stole it there. That was a very close 2.5 count. That's the closest cover of the match. Brett's taking some hits, and they're starting to add up. And this could do it all here in the DDT. Cuts them open. But Kazarian's tired. He might not be able to crawl up and get the cover. Murpho might be able to, though. Murpho's up. Murpho is up. He has a window of opportunity here. Xander gets back up. He goes into the cover, and Murpho able to break it up, and now he can capitalize. Kazarian doesn't even have a time to turn around and see what's going on. And now he can get the cover. Murpho, this is great tactics from El Murpho. He got it at all. Almost got it. Worrying moments there for Kazarian. Oh, look at this. Oh, and the knee to the head. The back of the head. And see what I mean? This tag division, it may be very light, but it always ends in blood and shattered. Oh! Shattering the bones of everyone in the ring. And that's why I say these fighters are tougher than I am. Tougher than most. Into the cover to wrap up the win here for the Lineback's behalf. And it's only a 2 count again. Xander, absolutely shocked with how things are going right now. Hold on a minute. Oh, and he landed on the back of Murpho. Just crawled out of the way just in time. Hold on a minute. Looking for another count. And it's a breakup by El Murpho. These 3 teams fighting hard. I can't wait to see what's going to happen when all 3 of them collide in a ladder match at the pay-per-view. Running knee into the clothesline. And Xander's rolled out of the ring. Brett's been down for some time. He might be out for this match. He got it. Murpho steals the win. 2 wins out of 2. For up, down, down. Is that a sign of what's to come at High Voltage? Unbelievable stuff. Kazarian did the damage. He brought Brett down. And all Murpho had to do was capitalize on the opportunities he was given. He did a good job there with the GTS. Brett took most of the heavy hits. That is definitely safe to say. Now look at this. He kept him down. He put him down with the DDT. Murpho comes in, steals the cover. And what a win. Once again over the Cotterells and the Linebacks. Could up, down, down in what would be technically their rematch. Become the tag team champions. Big night for him. Last week was a great night for Woods. It's looking good for the up, down, down perspective. But can they deal with the Linebacks when they're all in the ring together? Or will the Cotterells pull off the surprise upset and take them all down? Let's find out at High Voltage, but let's move on now down the rest of the card. Well, tonight's show really has shaped up what's going to happen at this pay-per-view, but now we've got one more match to determine another match on the card. This is number 1 contendership, ladies and gentlemen, for the European Championship. The winner of this match, in this fatal 4-way match, may I emphasize, will take on Jace for the European title at High Voltage. And once again, Thomas stepping in the ring to claim his place for that championship. He's shown himself off
recently. He's done very well. He won the Fatal 4-Way last week, which of course was not for #1 contendership. He'll be claiming that it should have been, but tonight he has a job to do. He has to do it again. Black Jesus once again having to deal with Thomas, because they will face off again in this match. Black Jesus has been given one more shot here, and Thomas and Jesus has been an interesting one. It started as a friendly rivalry, but I'm starting to feel that the friendliness is starting to fade as the more and more these two clash heads in the ring. They just seem to be in each other's way for what they wish to achieve here in the WIW, and I guess that's just the unfortunate result, that they end up in the same matches as each other. Speaking of Black Jesus, here he comes making his way down to the ring in this fatal 4-way match. He has a point to prove now. He beat Thomas in the 2 out of 3 match. He did not win last week, but this week has a chance to become #1 contender for the European title, and what a big win that would be here for Black Jesus tonight. Can one of these men go on and beat Jace? Jace has been in incredible form. Was runner-up of Superstar of the Month this month. Of course, the Superstar of the Month went to original Brad with the majority of the votes, so congratulations to him. I'll leave a comment as well just to clarify that. But for Black Jesus, in desperate need of some victories, he's been getting them as of late. Picked up a win last week against Brad Skeens in his debut match. But tonight, Brad Skeens gets a chance at revenge. That's right. Whoever said that I don't give fair chances here in WIW is very much mistaken, because Brad Skeens will be in this contest. But first out tonight, Deathlordicas, who gets one more shot at the singles title before he said he's willing to commit to the tag team division. It may not necessarily be with Harry, but Deathlordicas wants one more swing at this before he can decide for sure whether or not singles is going to work out for him this year, or isn't it? We know he's a successful singles competitor. We've seen him win a lot of multi-man matches. That seems to be his speciality. But could not prevail in the 8-pack challenge, and has not prevailed much since. His biggest win had to be when he was teaming with Harry. And Harry, of course, right now preoccupied with Damas, who could be facing each other at high voltage. That is remains to be seen. But tonight he has a shot at the European title, and as does this man, Brad Skeens, in only his 2nd match ever. The general manager saw some promise in Brad Skeens, saw that there was something there, despite Brad Skeens not having the best of showing in last week's contest. And now Brad Skeens is going to get one last shot at the European title. And I'm not sure how the crowd are going to react to Skeens winning the European title. Of course, American fighter. And he wears the American flag on his back from Miami, Florida. It's not exactly what the European division represents, but there is no requirement to be a European to win the title. And Brad Skeens is willing to take full advantage of that. If he wins his first match in a #1 contendership match, that could go a long way for Brad Skeens in the future of his career here on Monday Night Mayhem and in WIW in general. #1 contendership for the European title could be the first of many possible paths for becoming champions for these 4 men. Let's get on the way. And Thomas and Jesus, they looked at each other for a minute there. They thought, should they? Decided against it. And now Jesus instead going to go straight back to Brad Skeens, who, of course, locked heads last week in Brad Skeens' debut. And now Jesus once again getting a bit more action in. Look at this, and a clothesline on the outside from Deathlordicas. It's been a crazy night of action so far. Really starting to take shape, the high voltage pay-per-view. I'm sorry if everything seems a little rushed and pushed together. It was just because the plan was to do a pay-per-view every week, so that because it was only technically 2 shows this time between the first show and the last show, then they kind of got squished together. But don't worry about that. The next pay-per-view featuring Monday Night Mayhem people will be a joint pay-per-view, as the Money in the Bank match will be returning. And at the pay-per-view, there will be a qualifying match. To be the first entry from the Monday Night Mayhem side, there will be a total of
3 competitors from each brand entering in the 6-man ladder match for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Of course, the Money in the Bank briefcase earns the winner a contract for a title match at any time, whenever he wishes. And they'll be eyeing up that prize. That could be something to fight for there. Look at that, the power bomb. But of course, who needs to fight for a championship opportunity and qualify for it if you can get yourself get your hands on a championship right now? And Brad Skeens and Deathlordicas out the ring. And now Thomas and Black Jesus once again locking horns. Look at that. For a double knees there and a big punch from Black Jesus. And now look at this. Going to throw him over the shoulders, and he does. And yep, so we have so far confirmed Jace. Actually, we don't really have anything certified. This is the only thing that will be certified after the result of this is confirmed, DDT. The winner of this will face Jace for the European Championship. We have the triple threat ladder match for the tag team championships between the Linebacks, up, down, down, and the Cotterrells. And then we also will have this qualification match between a few people of the general managers choosing in a battle royal, which will open the show, but the winner will qualify for the first spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match, which they're going to have to start thinking about very soon. But of course, high voltage, they need to get out of the way. Of course, all 3 titles will be on the line, as it is the first time that they have to defend them here for the Monday Night Mayhem crew, and they need to put on a good show. This is what they're going to want to do. If they can put on a good show at the pay-per-view with no Fight Night people around, it's going to put it a long way in proving who the dominant brand is. And of course, at the Money in the Bank, if one of the Monday Night Mayhem people can take the title, that's going to mean a lot for them. And it's going to show an early sign of brand dominance. And that's what we're going to want. I mean, obviously the 2 GMs won't compete against each other because the 2 GMs are both Blake for now. But it could go a long way in the future. And of course, both shows want to show how good their brand is. And I'm sure that's going to come down later in the line when we do a Survivor Series style pay-per-view. But for right now, these guys are only going to be concerned on title opportunities. And they're getting one hit tonight. Oh, look at this. Skeens going for a cover. I think Deathlordicas kind of sensed that that wasn't going anywhere. And now Deathlordicas and Skeens locking up. Skeens hit the elbow but couldn't capitalise on it. And now in the corner, which is not where you want to be when Deathlordicas has got you there. Thought potentially maybe going for a split-legged moonsault. Instead, oh, look at this. On top of him there in a tree of woe and then stomped down. And now look at this. Deathlordicas flying on all cylinders, taking on all comers. But couldn't capitalise there on the opportunity to take on Thomas on his recovery up. And now Skeens being thrown outside once again by Black Jesus. Look at Thomas. Oh, and a beautiful senton from the middle rope and into the cover. Thomas saw it in the corner of his eye. Jesus saw it in the corner of his eye and went to break it up. Oh, look at that. Went for the spinning back fist. Got interrupted there by Thomas's body. Thomas killed the momentum inadvertently, but then received it that time. And now look at this. A back suplex. Spinning back fist by Thomas. And he is down. He's not out of it, though. But look at this. Black Jesus packing a punch against the man who can end a fight in a single blow. We've seen him do it before. That is Thomas, of course. Oh, look at this. Brad Skeens using the middle rope to his advantage. And a big suplex there. And a kip up from Deathlordicas, showing off a bit of flair to go. Oh, look at that. We went for the fireman's carry. Didn't quite land it due to the interruption there by Deathlordicas. So now look at this. Jesus reversing the suplex. Oh, look at this. Trying to capitalise here on the element of surprise as it got from behind Deathlordicas. And now with him trapped in the corner, it's not a good place to be for Deathlordicas. Oh, look at this. And that Jesus double team for a little while there from Brad Skeens and Deathlordicas. And now look at this. Irish whip into the corner. And now got him in the corner. And now he might go for it. Split-legged moonsault. Jesus looking for that suplex again. But once again, take the time to taunt with the squats. But he might not want to pay attention to what's going on behind him. Mandible claw. The mandible claw applied to Skeens. Oh, look at this. And he was waiting. He was waiting for it. Spinning powerbomb. He can steal the cover. He can get it here. No one was looking. Everyone's down. It's only a 2. Jesus nearly got the win there. Very smart move. Waited for the split-legged moonsault to be complete. Then the mandible claw. And then once the mandible claw was done, hold on a minute. Thomas, while Skeens is still down, into the cover, he might get it. But I think Deathlordicas' head got in the way there of breaking it up as his head came down. Because they were quite close together. These four fighting hard. All for the same purpose. To become the European Championship #1 contender. Jace, as you can imagine, must be backstage watching on eagerly. And now look at this. Everyone being tossed back into the ring there in stages. Taking it in turns to toss each other back in the ring. On a minute, Lordicas spins him around looking for a chicken wing. Or suplex. And now look at this. Skeens. Spear. Spear by Skeens. From out of nowhere. And Lordicas isn't paying attention. Thomas might have it here. 2. Oh, Jesus broke it up. Jesus broke it up after the counter on that little sequence of moves from Deathlordicas. So much going on in this match. Looking for the stun off the ropes. Beautiful stun gun. And now Jesus working with Skeens here on Thomas. Big clothesline. Oh, and Skeens now left alone here. Zigzag. Left alone in the ring with Jesus. Thomas is down. Deathlordicas is down. If he wants to wrap this one up, now is his window of opportunity. Clothesline. And another clothesline. Almost caught the ref there with that one. And now look at this, from one corner to another. Big clothesline again into a running bulldog. And his window of opportunity now is now closed as Deathlordicas gets back to his feet. Thomas starting to do the same. Hold on a minute. Wheelbarrow neck breaker by Brad Skeens. Thought about going for Deathlordicas there, decided against it in the end, and now Thomas back to his feet. Tossing Skeens to the outside. This match has to be won inside the ring. Oh, hold on a minute. Jesus in a vulnerable position. Oh, I thought he was going for it. Oh, wait, he is. Is he going for another split-legged moonsault? Split-legged moonsault from Deathlordicas. Dragging him to the middle of the ring. Trying to score the cover. Wait. He didn't want it. Oh, now he's gone for it. He might have left it too late, though, because now Thomas has got up to break it up. But now looking once again for the mandible claw. This time on Jesus, while Skeen has Thomas trapped in the corner. Looking for the mandible claw. And he can't see what's going on behind him, Skeens. He's too busy with Thomas. And now might have an opening. Knocked out with the claw. Go for the cover. While a superplex is occurring. This could be it. Deathlordicas for the win. Deathlordicas, no! Jesus kicks. And now off the superplex is Thomas. Skeens trying to get the win himself. Skeens wins! Skeens wins off the superplex. And Deathlordicas wasn't paying attention. Thomas beaten by Skeens. Big win. So much action in this one. But big win for Brad Skeens. He's going to face Chase for the European title. What a win. Look, there was the spear there. Big win by Skeens.
And Brad Skeens here, ready to become the first ever non-European to win the European Championship. Only the second person ever to win it. If he can pick up the title and... Oh, wait a minute. Look at Jace. Jace from behind. Oh, wait, no, Skeens reads it. Skeens reads it. And it's bringing the heat back to him. And gets him out of the ring. Big statement made there by Brad Skeens. Also by Jace, who tried to get the one-up on him there before their match at the pay-per-view. Well, this is going to be an interesting contest. Brad Skeens versus Jace. Let's move on down the card.
Main event time. And this one is a big one. This is going to determine who's facing for the world title. Because last week, Aaron Albright made a big impact and a big claim that he was ready for the title. So Raid has struck him a deal here. He said, well, if you can beat me, Raid just said, if you can beat me here tonight one-on-one, then I will give you a shot at my title. And looks like he's here to oblige to that, because this year he's not been running away from a fight, Aaron Albright. He's been more than welcome to accept challenges. He's not afraid to fight anyone this year. It's going to be a big fight for Aaron Albright tonight. Could you imagine? Following the defeat to Jace, goes on to face Rage and becomes WIW champion. And Jace Albright, Jaden, who of course is injured, and Rage have been locking horns since, since they debuted all at the same time. And Rage here, looking to pick up another victory. The man, well, if you can call him a man, the monster, still undefeated to this day, and is not looking to slow down anytime soon. Rage, the WIW champion. Surprisingly not voted Superstar of the Month. That was quite a surprise, but I guess it went to the other undefeated man in the business, which is Original Brad. And Jace, being a fighting champion last week, took on the European champion, Jace, and picked up the win with the jackhammer, which he brought back for the first time in a long time. And this week has offered a chance to anyone, to Albright, if he's willing to take it. He wants revenge last week of the attack with the kendo stick from the WIW champion, showing that he isn't letting anyone boss him around, bully him around, anything. Bell rings, and away we go. And look at this, Rage straight out of the back. No, look, big neck breaker. Beautiful, beautiful move there by Aaron Albright. But look at this, Rage, the masked monster, fighting straight back here, and already these two not waiting around to land the big strikes. And look at this, big counter again by Albright, really bringing the fight to Rage here. And look at this, another counter by Rage. And looking for the clothesline, sends him outside. And this, Rage pacing in the ring. I think trying to get onto the outside, he does in the end. Oh, look at this, a senton from the big man, not wasting any time to fight on here. Oh, look at this, crashing into the stairs. This fight went from 0 to 100 straight away from the opening bell. And look at this again, that same counter. When is Albright going to realise that's the walking? Oh! Crashed into the barricades. Back inside the ring goes Rage. Oh, he got locked arms there with the referee. Now taking the time to taunt. And look at this, it might end in a no contest here with the disqualification. And look at this, a massive suplex, greeting him when he gets back inside the ring. Rage, full on out here for revenge, seeking the opportunity to do just that and give himself an easy fight at the pay-per-view. Count of 1, not even that. Well, if he wins this, who would he even fight at the pay-per-view? We don't even know. Once again going to the top and crushing the body of Aaron Albright, who is still refusing to give in here. Big counter, an arm snap. Needs to capitalise on this momentum. Irish whip counter. And Rage just beasting it. Oh, hold on a minute. Look at Jaden. Jaden's here. But what is Jaden doing here? Jaden's injured. Oh, and he just got met with a massive uppercut. And look at this. Jaden distracting Rage inside the ring. Rage seeming to be dealing with him here, though. Tried to catch him by surprise, but I guess Rage might have been expecting this. It's the last person to face him in this ring. And look at this, just mowing him down. And look at this, taking them all on. Rage is not afraid of anyone here. Rage beasting here in this ring. And now looking for the Superman punch to Aaron Albright. Oh, and that was such a fast run up. And now look at this, where's he going? He's gone back to Jaden, tossing him inside the ring. Oh, and he's got them both. Oh, look at this. Oh, is that a disqualification? What, the ref has not called a disqualification, trying to get the cover, and Albright, it's a 2. Oh, and he's running away. And Rage is not letting him run. Rage is not letting him run. Oh, okay. He ran faster than Rage, but he managed to get away. I don't know what that was about, though. I guess kind of still saying, you know, I'm still here. I'm still coming for the title. But that was an odd distraction there. It didn't even really work, but it's given Albright an opening here to fight on. He might have wasted his breath trying to hunt him down. And look at this, Albright still fighting on. Jaden distracting him. And he wanted to make an example of both of them. Rage didn't care who was getting involved in the match. He just wants to prove he's the best, the WIW champion, for a reason. And tonight he is laying waste to Aaron Albright. And now looking for the senton again. Right on the back. And looking to get him inside the ring now. Albright getting tossed across. Oh no, never mind. That's not the ring, that is the stairs. Rage. This monster struggling to be contained. Jaden had to come and try and help out Rage. Not Rage, had to try and help out Albright. Didn't quite work. Oh, look at this. The referee getting in his way there. Confronting Rage, who's clearly eager and ready to go. Count of 5. Albright needs to get back in the ring, but he knows Rage is waiting for him. Back inside the ring. Oh, and he just mows him down. Mows him down. And what's he waiting for here? No, he's just waiting for him to get back to his feet. Making an example here of Albright tonight. Looking for Road Rage. Road Rage. Big connection. Straight into the cover. 1, 2. Albright kicks what? Albright kicked. Rage can't believe his eyes. Albright kicks out. Unbelievable scenes here. Well, I don't know how this fight's still going on. Technically, Jaden should have been disqualified. But look at this now. Albright getting slayed by this monster that is Rage. And he can't do anything about it. Big elbow busting him open. And another one. And now in a vulnerable position. Oh, he gets him to the outside. Aaron Albright fighting on still. Oh, wait on a minute. A weapon? Oh, that's a disqualification. That is a disqualification. Rage is going to pick up the win with the sledgehammer hit. Clearly Albright needed to get out of there. But what does this mean? Is Rage going to fight Albright at the pay-per-view? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what has just happened. A lot of unanswered questions here. I guess we'll find out the answers at High Voltage. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you are new to the channel, be sure to comment your thoughts and feelings on what you think is going to happen at High Voltage or what even happened tonight. So I'll catch you all at Friday's Fight Night. Peace.